In today's video, we're gonna do a review of the Evergoods CTB26. We're gonna talk pros, we're gonna talk cons, we're gonna pack the bag out. And in case you're not quite feeling the CTB26, I got some alternative travel bag recommendations that might better suit your needs. We'll talk about those at the end of the video. First thing, let's talk about the gist of the Evergoods CTB26. Raining from Bozeman, Montana, Evergoods has created a very passionate following of bag lovers and carry enthusiasts with a series of products, and the CTB26 being easily one of their most acclaimed. Let's quickly go over some of the bag's top features. We got 2 external water bottle holders, a quick access front admin compartment, 2 quick access top pockets, clamshell style opening to the main compartment, a harness system that is comfy but also slightly controversial, and I'll explain that a bit deeper a few sections from now, and a luggage pass-through holder. Evergoods is known for doing a lot of limited edition drops and seasonal colors. The bag can come in a variety of colors and fabrics depending on whatever Evergoods is working on, so be sure to check their website to see what's available. For the dimensions, we got a height of around 18 inches, a width of around 12 inches, and at the base of the bag, we're looking at a fully packed out depth of around 8 inches. For the weight of the bag, we're looking at 3.5 pounds, which is a bit heavy for a 26 liter, let's be honest. This is the CTB26 when it's empty, and this is the CTB26 when it's fully packed out. Worn on me, I'm 5'8", and worn on our media manager, Margaret, who's 5'2". And don't worry, we're gonna pack out the bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Evergoods bags are protected by their lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects. And for all that, the bag runs around $300 US. And if at any point in the review you're thinking to yourself, that CTB is for me, and you're gonna make a purchase, we do recommend that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about the front of the CTB26. And the front of the bag is sort of defined by its aesthetic, which showcases Evergoods' trademark crossover look, which is basically, it's a bag that will not look out of place on a trail, but also can kind of also fit into a business meeting. You can cross over between the best of both worlds, indoor and out. And one thing that allows Evergoods to complete this aesthetic is this choice of material. This fabric is a 420D high tenacity nylon 6 with a water repellent finish. Now, one thing to note about water repellent finishes that Evergoods includes on their fabric and on their zippers in a DWR spray is that they are short term. They wear off over time. How long depends on who you ask and how much heavy usage you get out of your bag. It could be as short as 6 months or, not much longer after that. But what's great about this material is it will maintain its abrasion resistance and just beautiful look and feel over the years, no problem. Evergoods logo right here is less of a logo and more of an invitation to kind of just stamp your own branding on there. So if you're a patch person, you'll love this bag. A lot of Evergoods people are patch people. I'm not much of a patch person, or at least I wasn't until I got this super bodacious patch. You know what to do. Now on the front, we have 2 pockets to talk about. Let's start with the one on the top. This pocket runs all the way to the top and then about to yay deep in the bag. And notice right here, we have one of the highlights of Evergoods that I'm gonna be talking about a lot throughout this video, which is their ability to create capacity in places where it doesn't always look like there should be capacity. And they're freaking wizards at this. And what I mean by that is this pocket isn't super tight and you're just like trying to get it open like a lot of their competitors are. There's room to breathe, dude. You can get a lot of stuff in there. And the second pocket is one of Evergoods' signature moves, this sort of horizontal access that also includes horizontal organization. Pocket like this is great for easy retrieval, quick access, right? You swing the bag around and whatever you need is right here. Now, pro and a con to this, if you like to swing your bag around the other shoulder, you're SOL. It's not gonna happen. But if you're cool with Evergoods' ethos of left shoulder swing, right hand grab, then personally, I find this whole setup to be just pretty awesome. Let's pack it out. We'll start with the side pocket. We got the key leash right here. Not my favorite spot for the key leash because it just kind of ends up like flopping around, but the access is hard to beat. In this pocket right here, I got a B7 notebook, same size as a passport. It is the travel bag, so passport right there is perfect. Pens can go ahead and slide on in this pocket for those documents when you're in the airplane. And then you have a mesh pocket right here. This utilizes Evergoods' signature mesh, which isn't my favorite. I just always prefer a little bit of expansion in my mesh, and this is more stiff, but great spot for battery, wires, some electronic stuff that you don't want moving around your bag. I'll throw my AirPods in there as well. Zip it on up. And then you can see as you're like waltzing through the airport, it's like, oh crap, gotta charge my phone. Battery, quick access, let's go. And then it's all like right there. But also to showcase what I mentioned about Evergoods' wizardry is that if you got bulkier stuff, I think it'll also fit in here. Let's check if the sweater works. It's gonna be a tight fit if it fits, and it's not gonna be an ideal place to put your sweater, but just to showcase capacity, kaboom, the sweater does indeed fit in that pocket as well. And for the top pocket, it's a little bit tighter of access, but I love that Evergoods made the interior of the bag a light gray, or as they call it, a standard gray, which helps to create a highlight effect, which makes it easier to find what you put where. And for me, I'm gonna throw my wallet in there, my Zyn tin, phone, and some vitamins, because I'm sick right now. Gotta get that immune system up. And yeah, that's about it. Moving on to the next section, let's talk about the middle of the Evergoods CTB26. Now, on both sides of the bag, we have water bottle holders. And it's considered in the internet web circles around the world for these water bottle holders to be the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the Michael Jordan of water bottle holders. There's a few reasons for that. One, fantastic material, elasticy but strong, forgiving but abrasion resistant, tight, secure, but also large enough to handle like a 1 liter Yeti, right? So you can go ahead and just barely get that guy in there, and that is perfect. And if you carry a smaller water bottle, you can see the 22-ounce Columbia, also very nice fit. It just works with different styles and sizes and girths of water bottles so freaking well. Now, on one side, there's no handle above the water bottle holder, but on the other side, there is. You got this handle right here, which is sort of playing into the whole ethos of horizontal access, right? You have the laptop compartment on this side, which we'll talk about in just a minute. You've got the handle, and then you've also got the horizontal access here, right? So while a lot of people do wish that there was a handle on both sides, at least if there is one handle, it's on the correct side. This handle, it has like a plastic material in it, which when you're carrying heavier loads can sort of be noticeably noticeable, not quite painful, but noticeably noticeable while you're carrying it. So for that reason, it's not the most comfortable handle, but it's a very functional handle. And what I said about the side handle also extends to the top handle. On either side of the top handle, we have these external lash points, so you can clip things onto the exterior of the bag. And then again, that plastic frame right here gives the handle a really nice structure, decent amount of space to grab, solid handle. Now let's get to the middle of the bag. On the bottom of the main compartment, you have these little pull tabs right here, which just give you some leverage to open and to close the main compartment through these mega chunky YKK number 10 zippers. They are reverse coil, which will help with weather resistance, but they're not PU coated. And remember that DWR spray that is applied will lose its efficiency over time. You can always reapply it yourself if you want, if you're like a DIYer. I was close. I'm sick, okay? I'm sorry. DIYer, final answer. And you can see we're in full clamshell access. On the front flap, we have a zippered compartment here, mesh compartment, big old canyon of a main compartment, and a little storage sleeve on the back. One thing that always slightly irks me about Evergoods is they say designed and developed in Bozeman, Montana, which leads one to believe that it was made in Montana. But as you can see, sort of in the back here, you can clearly see that it says sewn in Vietnam. Still totally designed and developed in Bozeman, but you know, show some love to our sewers in Vietnam. They're working hard out there. Let's go ahead and pack it out. Now, one thing this bag is doing that a lot more modern travel bags are doing that I quite like is that they're kind of cutting the crap. There's not like a million pockets in the main compartment. Keeping it simple. You got 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Let me know though in the comments below, like, do you like a more minimalist interior to the main compartment of your travel bag? Or do you wish there was more pockets for more organization? Let me know in the comments. Remember, this is a 26-liter travel bag, great for like a 3 to 5 day trip, depending on how you pack. So I got a packing cube from Peak Design, 3 to 5 days worth of clothes, smaller packing cube with socks, underwear, undershirts, etc. And I gotta say, for 26 liters, this feels bigger. It feels like it packs like 28, 29. So for that reason, we can go ahead and put other things in here. Got some tech pouches. In the mesh pocket here, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my book, hoodie here, umbrella there. I'm really pushing the limits. And then in this pocket over here, we actually have some internal organization. So it unzips and you got 1, 2 pockets there, and then some space in the middle. For me, a good spot for some meds, right? Like I said, I'm sick. I need my meds right now. Nice and organized. Zip that closed. And speaking of zipping closed, I am definitely pushing this to its limits, but knowing Evergoods and their capacity wizardry, this should close without a hitch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could have pushed it a little further. Dang! Now, one thing to note, with its flat bottom here, I was wondering how well it would self-stand, and it's not much of a self-standing bag at all. Depending on how you pack it out, you might be able to get the weight just at the right angle, but like, keep that in mind. Evergoods CTB26, not a self-stander. Okay, a little self-standing there. Kind of a self-stander. A bit. All right, next up, let's talk about the back of the Evergoods CTB26. Starting with this top yoke pocket. Now, I love pockets like this because this is a bag that you're probably gonna pop underneath the seat in front of you, depending on the airline and your ticket and all that, and the mood of the flight attendant. But pockets like this are easy to grab, right? Because they're right here. So I wanna grab my phone from this pocket, kaboom. And then the same thing with this yoke pocket. And it has, in typical Evergoods fashion, a really nice capacity. So you can throw like an Evergoods pouch in there, right? You can see, you can slot that right in in there. And then when the bag is underneath the seat in front of you or over top in the carry bin, grabbing things from those pockets is super easy. And that's why this bag is so freaking streamlined for what it is. Like, it knows what it is. One bag travel pack, big fan of that yoke pocket. And you can see the shoulder straps right here, all this extra fabric, that's all a part of the yoke pocket. So this is all just sort of infused into one design language that just emphasizes functionality and capacity over everything else. Let's talk laptop compartment though. Now this is a side access laptop compartment, which has its own set of pros and cons. Now con number one is a lot of these side access laptop compartments don't have a really good false bottom, but the CTB seems to have implemented some design that helps with that. So we seem to be good to go there. But the other problem is that if this bag is underneath the seat in front of you, then like grabbing your laptop is you gotta like take the bag out and like, you know, space is limited and you're trying to get your laptop. It's a dance. It's really a dance. But the side laptop access does work very well with the entire side integration of this bag. Side access everywhere. On this side of the divider is where the laptop goes. This is our 16-inch MacBook Pro cutout. Very nice fit with the Velcro to secure it. Let's see if it fits the Dell XPS 17 9700, and it certainly does. So with these side laptop compartments, you can get a lot bigger capacity out of it. And if you want to throw a tablet on the other side, you can. It's not really like a designated tablet area, but it can kind of work. You can kind of do that. We got some nice padding on both sides. Overall, I feel like my laptop is going to be extremely safe in the CTB26. Now the CTB26 also makes a great companion to luggage travel. You got the sleeve right here for the trolley handle. Just go ahead and pop it on. Now I'm usually a fan of bags that stand upright on a suitcase, but given the horizontal integration of the CTB26, I think this is one of those rare situations where I'm okay with it going sideways. You rest, baby, you rest. But let's talk comfort, because I personally find Evergoods bags to be quite comfortable, but not everybody does. There's sort of a split. I'd say 80-20. 80% of people love the harness systems. 20% say, holy effing moly, why is this thing digging into my lower back? And this is sort of just Evergoods' design philosophy. They have a bit more of a curved back panel that for certain people, they just feel it like right here. Me, never been a problem. Like I felt it, but it's never been painful for me. I can notice more commotion happening there, but it always worked for me. But one thing that hasn't worked for me is the fact that Evergoods loves their excess nylon just flapping all over the place. This does not work for me. We have no dangle stopper here, no dangle stopper here. You can buy these on Amazon for like $1. I don't want to at 300 USD. I just want that provided on my bag for me. Strap management, AKA stop the dangle. But overall for me, I do find Evergoods bags to be very, very comfortable. This one, it just feels great. Real thick shoulder straps, very nice styrofoam in there. It's got a squish, but a really good rebound. For some, they might be too thick, but for me, they just work, baby. Love the contour of the shoulder straps as well to kind of wrap around the torso more comfortably. And the sternum strap, while very annoying to relocate, whenever you do find your spot, it'll stay there. And thank God, because those are a move. Back panel, pretty good ventilation. Not the best, not the worst, but very soft. And I'm just gonna say, like I said, for me personally, I think that Evergoods bags are just an extremely comfortable wear. But what about you? Like, have you worn an Evergoods bag? If so, let me know. Do you have like the digging in the back problem? And before we jump into the pros and the cons, if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, this is a long review. I'm gonna guess we're at like 16 minutes right now. But if it's not long enough and you're like, I want more, then from one bag nerd to another, I gotta say, first of all, thank you for watching this review. But second of all, you might be smitten to know that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do YouTube reviews, but we also have a world-class newsletter. And in that newsletter, I give you like a weekly deep dive into what's happening in the carry community. From the biggest drops, new collabs, some industry gossip, and everything in between. So if you want to stay up to date with what's happening in this amazing world of bags, this revolution that's occurring, then be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. There you can sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter, and I hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, let's talk about the pros and the cons of the Evergoods CTB26. Pro number one, unfreaking believable just capacity and wizardry in terms of what you can put where. Overall pro number two, possibly two of the best water bottle holders in the game. And pro number three is just how thoughtful Evergoods was with the horizontal access across the board. It's a very well thought out bag. But on the cons, I got a few things. Number one, we hear a lot of reports online of the back panel kind of forcing pain into the lower back region. Number two, at 26 liters and 3.6 pounds, the bag's heavy. There's no way around it. And number three, while the bag has some decent weather resistance, it's not the most weather resistant travel bag out there. And just a reminder, if you're gonna grab yourself a CTB26 or you wanna find out more information, we do recommend that you do so with the first link in the description, because that's where you'll find the best price and the discount codes. Thank you very much. But if you're not quite sold on the CTB26 yet and you wanna see what else is on the market, let's talk about a couple alternative bag recommendations, starting with this one, which is the Air Travel Pack 3 Small. 28 liters, a great option for you if you dig a lot of what's happening with the Evergoods, but you want something a little bit more sleek, a little bit more urban, a little bit more feature heavy, and I do think maybe just a little more comfortable. Slightly, just right there. Air makes some of the most iconic travel bags in the world, this probably being their most iconic. I love it. And the second alternative is gonna be the Bellroy Transit Workpack Pro. It's a great option for you if you want something a little bit sleeker with weatherproof zippers, and it comes in lighter. It's like 1.5 pounds lighter. It's not gonna have as good a capacity, but it's got really nice comfort. I mean, all bags have their own sets of pros and cons, and to learn the pros and the cons of these two bags, just go ahead and watch these videos right here. If you got any questions about any bags, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.